Yeah, I started out kind of like a lot of people, not knowing what I really wanted to do in life. I got an economics degree from the University of Maryland, and I also played on the field hockey team in the early days of Title IX. As you can see, my M up there for University of Minnesota. I'm a twin too, and so my twin sister and I were both on the team in 1975 through 1978, dating myself. We were also on the track and field team, so we were all very team oriented.
Yeah.
I then decided after undergrad to go back to Minnesota, and I got my master's degree in agriculture economics. At the time, I wanted to do that because my father and my grandfather on my mother's side were involved in agriculture, and it was a practical part of economics. I had no idea that at that time I wanted to go to law school. Anyway, so I got my degree, and at that time in 1981, it was a bad economic year really for anybody kind of in agriculture.
No.
So I looked for whatever job I could get, and there was an opening at the Minnesota Public Utilities Commission, and they regulated telecommunications, they regulated gas and electric, and they had started out actually regulating railroads. So, and the ironic thing was that the attorneys did not write the rate case orders. The rate analyst did, and I was a rate analyst at the time. So I kind of thought to myself, well, why am I writing the order? You're the attorney. And I actually said this to my husband. That's how we met. And I walked into his office and I said, why are you editing my orders? So, and we kind of had a connection because he had gone to George Washington University for law school, and that's, like I said, where I grew up. And we could have met on the street in D.C. or something at some time. But anyway, so I started thinking, law school would be really, kind of good to do, a career move. But also William Mitchell at that time, and still is, and it's now Mitchell Hamlin, had an evening program. And so I could go work full time, because at the time I couldn't afford law school otherwise, and go to law school at night. So I was accepted and I enrolled, and so during law school, which I started in 1984, I got married in September of 1984, had 2 children during law school, and was working full time at the Public Utilities Commission.
So you're used to being busy.
Yeah. So anyways, I then graduated from law school, and my husband and I were at a kind of one of those moments in your life where, okay, should we stay in St. Paul? Should we go to D.C.? Or should we maybe go to Winona, because that's where he was from and his mother was still living, and we could raise our family and they could have at least one grandparent to, have a support system. So we decided to move to Winona, and we opened up our own law firm. He was still working at the AG's office. I came down with 2 little boys, 2 and 4, as you were talking about your child. And we bought a house, and then I started working part-time for the public defender's office, and I really liked that criminal law. So I continued the part-time public defense and working, Carl and I having a law firm together, because then he eventually left the AG's office to join me, and we opened up Sonneman and Sonneman Attorneys at Law.